Welcome, everybody, to the Dad Bodds Podcast, episode number 80, Stingy with De Niro, and it is yours truly, GunzPicks, as the host today, and I am with my friend, my compadre, Punisher Picks on Twitter. You know what? It is motherfucking Guns' birthday. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Happy birthday, dude.
Thanks. This is my 40th birthday, even though it's my 42nd because COVID took 2 years out of my goddamn life and took 2 of my birthdays. So I am officially 40 today for anybody that asks. So when you wish me a happy birthday on Twitter or anywhere else on social media, please say it's my 40th birthday. That's all I ask.
Well, how's your day been?
Yeah, I had to work. And, until I get those De Niro's enough to do this sphere stuff and gambling and handicapping for a living, that's what I got to do to pay the bills.
Shout out you, Capper, who just went completely.
Yeah, congratulations to him. By the way,
he went completely soul gambling media.
Yeah,
that's his job now. He quit his day job. He's full time. So that is awesome, man. I mean, I would love to do that, but it might be too much pressure. That's a lot of pressure to bring home the bacon. Maybe I need a wife with a better job or a job in general. Sorry. Yeah. But I mean, dude, congrats to him. I mean, he deserves it. So go follow you, Capper. He's got a bunch of good stuff coming up. He's got a lot of videos. I think he's doing everything for free right now as well. He was on our last show with Sharky that I was a watcher of. I wasn't on it, but yeah, dude, congrats, you, Capper. Oh, Tampa Bay scored. Tampa Bay just scored.
Yes. Again. Yeah, we have a big bet on Tampa. It's a G5 for anybody that's ever been to the Slack channel for the Dad Bodds VIP.
Yes.
Big game for all of us.
I let all our members know today that the Tampa fits its situation tonight where since 2018, the team, I guess the model that they're fitting into right now is 10-2 since 2018.
Yes.
So
it was
worth a play. So I hope everybody tailed me. If not, well, obviously it can still lose, but we all know how hockey goes. But it's nice to have a lead. I always like a lead. So we want to celebrate leads. I'm going to chug this claw for you. I've poured it into this cup. I've let it settle down.
God bless you.
Cheers. For you. Guns birthday.
Thank you. I want to see it. I haven't seen a pun chug, I think. So this is great content. Actually, first time live he does I'll say a seltzer chug because we have sponsors here. So
yes, give it. I want to do that. I want to before you do the ad read, before you do the video.
Yeah.
Did I not say this off air? I go, I wish I had a Viva to chug and not a Claw. Because they're that 100%. They're that good. But I drank them all. I'm all out of Vivas, so I'm another seltzer in rotation.
It's an amazing drink, and I wish I had one for my birthday. But this show, as we've already said many times, this is the ad read portion. So this show is sponsored by Viva Tequila Seltzer.
This podcast is sponsored by Viva Tequila Seltzers.
That's right. As I said before, this podcast is sponsored by Viva Tequila Seltzers. Viva Seltzers is a refreshing and drinkable hard seltzer with 88 calories, 0 carbs, 0 sugar, and 4.5 ABV. Viva is the perfect drink for your post-game celebrations as it was created with the active lives in mind. Viva flavors their tequila seltzers because flavor is the spice of life, and they like their life with a kick, just like as they like to live their lives. Viva flavors that pair perfectly with their artisanal Blanco tequila for a subtle and refreshing drink. Their belief is to live long, live well, and live it up. Hashtag Viva. And please follow them on Twitter at Viva Seltzer.
You did it. You did it.
And I've had a bunch of drinks too. So
you've had a lot of drinks.
Impressive day for me.
Let's talk a little NBA.
Yeah.
You want to talk some NBA? What have you learned anything since since sitting down with Sharky and UCapper and the Odds Fellow and just kind of taking it in.
It's good. It's almost like getting a
alert.
Wait, hold on. We got an alert.
We got a light and gold.
Coming to you live from the Dad Bodds Studios. This is a Dad Bodds exclusive.
We have a 3-0 Lightning lead.
Wow. It's
I know
great.
I know you put a decent chunk on
I
it.
did.
So I'm really rooting
I
on
think
it.
I used one of my accounts and I just went all in. That's pretty much what I did. I'm loving it.
Yes.
Wow.
So 3-0, 7 minutes left in the third. Join GPO Lock.
Yeah, join GPO Lock. Listen.
Oh, not GPO Lock anymore. We're Dad Bodds VIP.
All right. Go ahead.
We're Dad Bodds VIP.
Special?
Yeah. So one of the things we also wanted to do today was talk a little bit about Dad Bodds VIP, remind everybody what it is, and also give out a promo. So first, it's me, Guns, Lock Bets, and the Odds Fellow. We are all posting our plays within the Slack community. You can join for $50, activate your account, and then all you have to do to keep your account active is to tip at the first of every month. It could be as little as $1, but we like to say tip what you think, how you think we did that month. If we had a good month, give us a good tip. If we had a bad month, give us a good tip. Yep. I'm just kidding. But no pressure on the tips. We just want to build a community, safe place, somewhere to have fun, somewhere to root for games with friends, and win some bets as we're doing tonight with this huge Lightning play where they're getting ready to score again. Anyway,
yes.
So normally it's $50 to join, but we decided it's our 1-year anniversary.
Yes,
it is creating a VIP. So we created a GPO Lock April 22nd last year.
Wow.
And we've since transitioned to Dad Bodds VIP as the name, just because of the synergy with the podcast.
Yeah.
So we'd like to offer everybody listen. Can everybody hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody listen.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Join from now until the end of April. So
that's
May 1st, the deal's over. If
9 days.
If you join before May 1st, you do not have to pay that $50 initiation fee. You're in for free until the tip time of May 1st. So you join today, you don't have to pay anything until May 1st.
That's correct.
You join tomorrow, you don't have to pay anything until May 1st.
And preface that with it's a tip. You don't know.
Yeah, and it's a tip. It's at your discretion. It's fully at your discretion. We don't want to make people feel like they're overpaying for plays. We want you to play what you think it's worth. And we're going to provide the analysis of the plays, but we want to provide a community that you feel like you can be a part of and watch a game with and root for. So come join us, come join the fun. How you see us here is how we are in the chat. And, we just like connecting with everybody and we just hope to grow and help more people learn how to build a bankroll, win, follow a sport, learn how to bet hockey if you've never bet hockey before, learn how to bet first fives if you've never bet first fives before, team totals. So we're here to help you. We've been having a great time. We have about 50 members now who all will hopefully stay in and tip us for May 1st. But man, we'd love to have you all, boys, girls, moms, dads, grandpas, grandmas. We do not exclude
your mothers,
your sisters, your mothers,
other mothers, cousins, brothers.
So join us, have fun. That's my spiel. And guess what? Tampa's going on the power play. So cheers. Big chug.
This is a great day when Pun doesn't have to sweat a G5. And let me tell you, G5s, anybody that understands a chase play, it is not, I can't talk to him. I can't be his friend. He's straight business. And I just go, and I didn't know that when I first got in, but yeah, it is basically an escape from Twitter. It's kind of a filtered group of just people that just want to be friends. It's like it's a positive group.
That's the best thing about it, dude, right now. And correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no arguing in it. I mean, there's no
zero.
Like it's just we're not here to we're not here to make you guys look bad, or nobody's trying to make us look bad. Everybody's relaxed and having fun and betting what they want and enjoying their time in the space. So if you're tired of the rat race of Twitter, get off of Twitter, come into Slack.
Yeah.
We have everything you need. And just grow with us, and we'll return the favor with some winners. And
it also gives us a lot of freedom on Twitter to like kind of build and grow on both. So
yeah, totally.
But it's always that like, you know what, I gotta go talk. Like I'm all like we're in both. We're always like chatting in those. So it's kind of like this one-on-one that you can always get with all four of us, Odds Fellow, Pun, and Lock Bets.
Yeah, I mean, I have guys DMing me and say, "Hey, what do you think about this hockey play?" Or "What do you think about this NH? Like, what is your team total data?" Because I have all the data. If you want to ask me a question, ask me. What are the Yankees this year versus the team total?
Yeah,
2-12 or 2-11.
Yeah, and I can do that with it. I can do that with first fives. I can tell you.
Where are they?
Yep.
Yeah, so we're doing all the work. Just ask us questions.
Mm-hmm.
So what do we got on the NBA slate tonight? Minnesota right now, or what's the deal?
So I guess Minnesota pulled up their bootstraps and showed up today in a pivotal game 3 spot.
Because they I guess it was 1-1 because they stole game 1 in Memphis.
It's 83-76 right now. 9 minutes left in the fourth.
So it's not over yet.
It's not over. No, I mean, if anybody that's been following the NBA, I mean, you can get you can go on a 16-0 run. I think the shifts in the NBA are completely more drastic than college. Because if you get into a spot where you're down 6 or 8 with 7 or 8 minutes to go, it could be like and as I'm saying this, it is a 3-point game. I guess ESPN's app doesn't update. 9 minutes to go. 83-80 right now. Grizzlies making a run. 13-0 run in the fourth quarter for the Memphis Grizzlies right now.
Wow. As we all know, that the fourth quarter is where you make your money.
It's almost like watching a horse race, and you watch the guy in the back of the pack that's kind of like just draft.
Oh, guess what?
What we got?
Guess what?
What do I got to do?
4-0.
I just saw it. All right, I'm going to consider this one a W.
What an absolute that's how.
Do you understand how many units you would have won today if you were on GPL?
Good God,
Dad Bodds VIP.
I try to provide everybody with the data to win. Whether or not they take it is their choice.
No, you warned us.
But I warned everybody on this one, didn't I?
Yes, you did.
I mean, this was a slam fucking dunk. Anyway,
this is Happy Pun. We need Happy Pun today.
So let's talk. I want to talk a little bit about Chris Paul.
So we have a playoff dilemma in the Phoenix Suns series going in further because now you're going to have to do it without Booker. So now you have Chris Paul.
So what's the latest? What's the latest on Booker? Is he out? Is that a hamstring?
The first thing I saw, and I haven't seen anything official. And granted, I'm not following NBA Twitter enough to know. The last thing I saw was he was out games 3 and 4. I'm hearing now when we talked before the podcast that it may even take 2 weeks. So that takes him out of the series, maybe even to the next series too. So you have the Pelicans that, to me, even without Booker, we may have a Ciroc situation here with the shift in the line going into tomorrow's game, because I feel that the Pelicans will kind of shift into a very public play.
Big time.
And I'm seeing the line right now, and I'm granted, I'm going off. I'm looking at ESPN right now, and I'm not looking at my books. Maybe Pun can do that while I'm talking right now.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm looking at it.
So the line right now that I'm seeing is Phoenix is still favored -1.5. That should be a telltale story there.
Yeah, that just seems. I mean, You got to take Phoenix.
I would take Phoenix money line if I were going to take that game tomorrow.
You
I would
just have to
Phoenix
take.
money line.
You just have to take Phoenix because even with Booker, they're a better team.
Yes.
Than New Orleans, and
Correct.
they're going to be playing with a purpose without Booker, right?
And they just lost, right?
Correct.
So they're coming off a loss. They lost Booker. I think P. Diddy and I'll have to check my sources right now. And I think P. Diddy did accommodate his spot on the plane. He is going to be flying into New Orleans, probably to go get some barbecue, go check out the French Quarter, and then he's going to go head out to the Phoenix and Pelicans game to go hit up my man and your man, CP3, and the rest of the crew, and give them some Ciroc to ease up.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I can't help but feel sad for Chris Paul. Because, man, he can't. I feel like he can't catch a break in these playoff runs. A lot of it's his fault early on, but I mean, either he gets injured or somebody on his team seems to get injured and derail their chances. I know this is not a season-ending injury for Booker. I think it's 2 to 3 weeks, and it's a grade 1 strain.
Right.
And also, I don't know.
It's a strain, not a tear, is what I understand.
Does anybody in the audience, if anybody's watching, can you comment on Twitter and let me know? Is the grading system on hamstring injuries like the DEFCON? Like, is one good or is one bad?
You would see the shit. I always look at the line.
Like DEFCON 1 is the worst, right?
Right. DEFCON. Well,
like is hamstring grade 1 the worst, or is it?
I always look at the line and where the line's going. And like, for example, you look at the Dallas Jazz line today. It seemed like it didn't budge a bit, even though there was a lot of rumors about Doncic coming back.
And he is doubtful tonight. Last I saw, he was probably not going to play.
So we got another dad coming in, and I want to give him a proper introduction. Odds Fellow is with us now.
Yes, my man.
Yeah,
the birthday edition. The birthday edition. Happy birthday!
Look at that smile. I mean,
I want to say I think I'm running a very successful show under the circumstances on my birthday, and I'm drinking hard liquor. So, kind of hard liquor.
Guns is touched up. Guns is touched up a little bit.
I'm in my field.
As you should be. 2029. You got to get in your field. You know
that Mayan calendar is a great.
Well, I was saying earlier that I think this is my 40th birthday for the first time because COVID took 2 years. So I'm actually 40 today.
It's still 2020.
Man, I feel like a young, spry 35-year-old then.
But it's also technically the birthday of our group, the Dad Bodds. So I mean,
exactly.
Dad Bodds VIP.
So the Odds Fellow, we gave out that promo. We gave everybody. I hope this is okay with you. All right. We gave everybody free.
Community. Get them in here.
That's it.
Yeah, that's exactly what we did. Everybody's free until May 1st.
Yep.
So
what are you drinking tonight, Odds? What are you drinking?
I made a little Moscow Mule. I went with the light stuff.
You gotta go Kentucky. Always Kentucky.
Yeah. I was doing some dark and stormies last night. So the ginger beer is the common denominator, and then I just mix everything around it.
I like ginger beer, so I think you can mix that with anything.
Yeah, it's delicious.
So we were talking about Chris Paul and the Booker thing. So what's the deal with Booker? I mean, is he out? Is he out for a while?
At first, I thought it was 2 or 3 games, but now he could be 2 or 3. Is he 2 or 3 weeks? There's another injury.
That's what we were saying. Yeah, that's what we heard.
So does that mean? So what does 2 or 3 weeks mean? Does that mean
he probably put you into potentially the
late second round,
early third round if they made it to the conference finals?
Who are they set to play next?
They're 1, so they would get the
Jazz Mavs winner.
Yeah, the 4-5 winner.
Is that right?
Yeah.
So then that's
the Warriors okay.
You might be okay then.
Because
you want to avoid the war. You want to avoid the Warriors.
Yeah, and that's the Western Conference matchup that everybody I think wants to see. Right. Warriors.
So let's pray the Suns get through that, because I feel like Chris Rock. Oh God, that was a callback to the
What
last
is
year.
it like to be slapped in the
Just
face
fucking
by
slap me.
Will Smith?
Just fucking slap me. Anyway,
Yeah.
no.
Do you guys this game on though right now? Do you see what's happening?
I'm actually gonna.
Yeah. We were watching the Lightning because the Lightning
G5 game.
We were watching my Game 5 Tampa.
I'm gonna
game,
put it
which
on
is
right now.
4-0, by the way.
This game's a bust. I gotta ask you this because we were talking about the effect of losing Booker tomorrow. Old man who bets. Yeah, that guy does bet. If you're watching on Twitter, we were distracted by Oddsfellow's shirt. So you have the Pelicans and the Suns. You have the Suns playing on the road, finding out they're losing Booker for a long-term situation. Is this a situation where it's a Ciroc game? The Phoenix right now is sitting at -1, 1.5. What do you think?
Yeah, I would hammer it. I mean, they're so deep. The Booker loss hurts, but I think what you got in the third to fourth quarter of that game yesterday, because they almost came back and won still, was, a matchup that I think it almost affected them in game of that happening. Now I think you come back the other way, and I think not that I think you're going to have a letdown in the playoffs from the Pelicans. So a true Ciroc, the same thing we've seen in the regular season, probably not. But I would still trust the depth of the Suns more than I trust the Pelicans.
What would the line have been with a healthy Booker, you think?
So it's -1, 1.5 right now.
Right now, I'm seeing. What did you see on your book? What was it? Was it the same?
Yeah, it was the same.
Okay.
Yeah, even that, I'm surprised it's that low, to be honest.
Would it have been 4?
I would have thought 4 to 6 in the 4 to 6 range.
3. I would have thought 3 without him. That's why I
to me, just looking at this line, is an overreaction by the public and a baiting of the books. Is like, look, we want you to take.
Let me check something.
The Pelicans. That's pretty much what in my opinion, that's what I think they're doing. So when you have a significant injury of a player on a good team, I think that's a good sign to go and just hammer the Suns. That's my opinion. And not knowing anything about the NBA, I didn't watch the NBA all year, but it's more of me looking.
Well, that's how you read lines. Anyway.
That's how I read college. That's how I read everything. I mean, like more often than not, from a high percentage standpoint, you do catch wins that way more often than not.
Yeah, I was trying to look.
The Pelicans were like 10 games under 500 for their season or something stupid.
Yeah,
all of a sudden
the two records that were
all
wild.
Of a sudden without Booker, they're even with the Suns. I mean,
right.
Go ahead.
They played better down the stretch, so like I get that part because they looked better after the McCollum deal. They got Ingram back. They got healthier, but still, I don't put them in the same stratosphere. They could be a team to back early. Maybe the house is rocking in New Orleans. Phoenix comes out a little bit shell shocked, but I would take Phoenix at that number around 1, and I would look to bet them live if they get down early because I just think if CP3 is out there still running the show, these guys are going to be fine. They're going to be fine.
It was funny because you were saying in the chat on Slack is like I'm keep hammering Memphis today, and Memphis is up 1 on Minnesota, and they were down 17 at one point, 19.
They were down. I think the largest lead was at least 26. 26 in the first quarter.
I did see on one of my books before we started here. I still could have got them at +18.
Yeah, I saw on Twitter the live line at one point. The live money line was like +1,300 at one point.
What? No way.
Yeah, and then it had dropped to +130. I mean, they cut it down at halftime, and I was like, okay, it looks great. Then they had a terrible third quarter. It's literally been first and third and second and fourth right now. Because right now, I might be a little bit ahead of you. They're up 5. It's 93-88. They're up 5 with 4 minutes to go.
Yeah, I just saw that.
But look at last night. Yeah, I mean, look at, and I was, I see things. But I was freaking out the other day. That's also why you always have to be careful live betting. Don't live bet off your TV because you may be behind.
Especially if you're streaming.
Yeah. So look online and make sure you actually see what the actual score
No, I
is.
wasn't looking at a TV when I saw that line, by the way.
Totally. No, 100%. I'm just saying in general for
Sure you weren't.
But like even last night, the Nets were up 15 or 17 at some point. Like
It's easy. It is an easy read.
I think when you see teams down early, especially in the first half, you have to expect them to kind of narrow the gap eventually, especially in the playoffs. These guys are going to like fight tough, like all the way through. Like good teams, I'd say. Like if you see Memphis down a bunch, I think we started pounding the Bucks last night, which is probably a bad move because the Bucks just kind of gave up on that game. But see a Memphis team that kind of needs a good, like in a spot where they need a win, in a spot where to carry them into like, okay, we took care of that discrepancy on losing a game and off home field advantage. I mean, it's not home court advantage. You think they're going to play a little bit harder here.
Yeah.
And catching them on a live bet might have been the best move versus trying to take them before the game started.
Right. Now, I do hope Minnesota gets another one here. I'm glad it's not tonight. I like the 2-1, a little desperation. Maybe it goes back to Memphis 2-2 because don't forget, I'm sitting on that 4-2 future.
Yes, you are.
So we'll see.
You would think who's ever going to come out of this game will probably win game 4.
Yeah.
Yes. And you kind of want, and you think Minnesota's playing at home on game 4.
Correct. And they came out, they played well at home tonight in game 3. I'm shocked they gave up a little bit of ground.
Is it just me, or does this playoff seem way more wide open than ever before?
It's wide open.
I thought it was wide open, but still top heavy. These 7-8, seeds are still scrappy.
Every game is a battle, other than that Denver Warrior. The Warriors are.
I know. I think that a lot of that's Denver, though. Like, look, don't get me wrong. I think the Warriors are good, and that new lineup, whatever they're going to call it, the Death Lineup 2.0, is going to be fun to watch. But the Warriors, the Nuggets are not a good team. The Nuggets are not deep.
They just win regular season games because they had Jokic, right?
Yeah.
So who gets your MVP vote if you had a vote
right now?
Yeah. No. Like when you had to vote.
Season.
When you had the opportunity to vote.
When I get my publication finally comes through.
Because Dad Bodds Corp is growing. We're gonna start
we'll
acquiring other podcasts.
I still think I lean slightly Embiid, and he may come in third.
Why would he come in third?
So Giannis second,
probably Joker first. I mean,
I saw last night. I mean, how does Embiid not win it? But obviously, you can't see.
It's never predicated on the playoffs, though.
Right. But even take the regular season. I mean, he had a great regular season. Statistically, he's still behind in a lot of the same categories, Giannis and Joker. They're all kind of in the top 3, 4, 5 spots in a lot of the advanced metrics, which is wild. I think it almost depends how you vote. I value the winning a little bit more, and the Sixers came out to be a second seed, stronger in the Eastern Conference, which I actually think was a little bit deeper and a little bit better. Joker was probably the only reason they were the 6th seed for the Nuggets, but he dragged him to the 6th seed. Like, do you get penalized for that? I don't know. Obviously, without him, the team is nothing. It's amazing that they're there, and I think that's part of the equation too, which is maybe coming into play. I prefer to see somebody that is in a little bit of a higher seed. For me, almost seeing the Sixers lock down the 2nd seed where, or where did they land? No, they landed at the 3.
They were
3?
No, the Sixers were 1, right?
No, the Heat are the 1. The Celtics are the 2.
They're the 3.
They're the 3rd and the 4th. They might actually be the 4th. So now I'm talking out of my ass. But like they had a shot. That 2nd, 3rd, 4th tier was they were all within a game of each other. And it just came down to tiebreakers between the Celtics, Bucks, and Sixers. So I don't know. I think Embiid deserves it. It's amazing he's staying healthy after all the concerns they had with him. So
you would think the adversity that Embiid had to do, like during that whole season, with like the swaps of like players and all that stuff, and that team still stayed successful, and Maxey kind of like helped in that too.
Where the hell did he come from?
He just all of a sudden, sometimes when adversity happens, there's players that have that ability to step up into the situation. And I was talking to Odds like offline about the Celtics and Al Horford adding him back into the lineup. It's like whatever he does, doesn't have to be like defensive on the offensive. It's like you get him to the locker room, and they had a video on the Celtics.com thing. He just kind of said, "Hey, I told you, we win this game. we're fine. It's like we got to win the home games, and he kind of gives the players that it's a young lineup. He kind of gives them this like motivation, like a father kind of figure, an old veteran. You have to have those into the locker room sometimes, and Tatum and the rest of the lineup there can kind of handle like just their ability to score, their ability to like do plays, and Al Horford is actually better on that team than he has been with any other team that he's ever played with. The Atlanta Hawks, the Sixers.
Well, he has a role. He has a role as a coach on the court. And he's taken full advantage of it. And that's what you do when you're a veteran.
It might get him a coaching gig eventually.
Yeah, did you hear Tim Duncan might be up for a coaching gig?
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean, the big fundamental. Who
it's
else?
Leader.
Who else would you want?
You always say Shark always says leaders of men. Like Al Horford's a leader of men. Tim Duncan's a leader of men. There's a reason why.
Chris Paul.
David Robinson's a leader of men. Chris Paul is a coach.
Chris Paul is a coach. Oh, there he is. He's back.
Sorry, I had to check on the
so
old wife.
I was pontificating about Al Horford and how great he was, and how we had a chat about how great.
So what do you? Odds, you're a Nets fan.
Still here. Yeah.
What do you think about this series? You think Brooklyn wins both?
Yeah, I think Brooklyn in 6 is what I tweeted the other day. Brooklyn in 6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I saw that today. And
4 straight.
Come on.
4 straight. Yeah, that's just me being a bitter.
Well,
bitter
no,
fan.
I wouldn't put it past them.
I'd say maybe take game 3, but game 4 is going to be a.
They have all the ability.
I do think it could go back to Boston 2-2, and then they could lose 4-2. I mean, I just think it's hard to beat the Celtics 4 out of 5 games.
Well, what is it? Is it 2-2, 2-1, or what's is it 2-2, 1-1-1?
Yes,
it's 2-2,
1-1-1.
So they get 3 home games.
So they'll go back.
If they win
they have
one.
3 home games left, but they still have
to go through, Boston. So
hey, did Luka play tonight?
He did not, and they're battling.
Okay. And they're up 41-30. So
yeah, but
I think I'm disappointed because I just don't know, and I think I texted you this, Pun. I don't know how you don't get out of those first 2 games with a split. Did
I think they were
ever going to be up 2-0? Probably not. They got too much gelling and inconsistency to figure out the Simmons factor. But how you don't come out of there with a split? They choked those 2 games away in different fashion, right? They came all the way back in game 1, got up late. They were up 3 with under 40 seconds left, under a minute left. They blow that one. And then the flip side, in game 2, they're up 10-17, 10-15, almost the entire game, 8-12. They're still battling, even going to the fourth quarter, still up, and then they give that one all the way back. That's 2 blown games. To not walk away there with a split is embarrassing.
Really embarrassing. Really embarrassing. I thought game 1 was theirs. I think they thought game 1 was theirs too.
Yeah, I wasn't too worried about the game 1 loss because I actually thought, like you just said, they thought it was theirs and they were going to come out and punch the Celtics in the mouth, which they did, but then they didn't hold on to it.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. Well,
one thing I want to ask you guys about
before we probably get off basketball, you don't have to talk about it anymore, is
yeah.
What surprised me, and I'm still reading up on this because I was busy today and then running around a little bit, but Ben Simmons is going to play in game 4, but can't play. But can't play in game 3. They're down 2-0. How the fuck?
How's that work?
That's what I said. The games are Saturday to Tuesday. You can't tell me those 3 days are going to matter.
Well,
how can he not be ready for game 3?
So, give me a refresh on Simmons.
He sucks.
What's he dealing with?
I don't want to say too much.
I don't think he's dealing with injuries per se. I think he's just.
It's become a back injury.
What they're saying is back related.
I mean, has he ever actually been injured, or is it just like he's just?
We've never seen it on the court.
He's just injured because he got made fun of a lot.
Yeah,
well,
come on.
It definitely started out as some mental health and all the stuff in Philly.
What, Twitter?
When he got to the Nets and he started rehabbing, at some point during the rehab, they're claiming he hurt his back.
and now it's been a back injury.
Well, I've seen enough of him shooting with Kyle Korver passing him. I've seen enough of that.
So do you miss Harden now? Yes or no?
No, I don't miss Harden because
I like that they got more depth, and I'm excited to see Simmons if he can get back to any form. I think he's good for the team.
When he's playing and he's on his game, he's fine. But I think you have to get him in the right situation.
Yeah, but they don't need more shooting, which is why it
could balance out and play nicer.
Well, yeah, Ben can't shoot.
Yeah,
the Sixers needed the shooting. The Sixers needed the spacing that they weren't getting.
You know, they had Embiid and
Simmons occupying a lot of the similar spots.
I mean, I know Harden can shoot, but now he's an assist maker. That's pretty much what he is now.
He still has great instincts. He still looks to give the ball up. He just doesn't. He can't get to the basket and blow by guys as much. You know, the step.
No, and he's got to start playing some defense as well.
Yeah, and he has Maxey now. I think having Harden on that lineup with Maxey, goddamn, and Embiid.
I think I really think Philly's the team to beat in the East. I really do.
Well, you can't overreact after what you see in the first round of the playoffs. You don't know where Toronto's head's at. You don't know where these lower tier teams that kind of get in the playoffs, like what are they thinking of as far as like, are players going to be moving on after this season? I kind of hate the first round, and I see where teams are at in the semis, and then you kind of like, okay, this is what these teams are. I'm not saying Philly's not that team; they're kind of looking like that team, but to say that they are ready, like if they match up against the Celtics, are they going to be in the same boat as they were against the Raptors?
I think the problem for them is going to be depth. I thought it would hurt them more in the Raptors series. It should be 2-1 right now. Would have come back, by them. So good for them.
I thought they were going to get outmatched in this. You know, a lot of times they're going to have the best player on the floor in Embiid, but they don't have the depth. They lost a ton of depth in that trade. To give up Curry and Drummond, they're rolling out Dwight Howard there as their backup center. Drummond's, better than he is right now.
Sure.
For a player, right? They lost Curry,
who was a good shooter. Maxey has stepped up. He's played well in those minutes, but I just don't think they have the depth to compete against the Nets, the Celtics, the Bucks, probably.
They're just deep teams. So we'll see.
What a choke by Minnesota! What a choke by Minnesota! I mean,
they almost lost by 10.
The game's over.
It's crazy.
A 9-point game.
If I'm John Morant, I'm going up to the fans like Patrick Beverley did after a play-in game win.
I really like this Memphis. I really like this Memphis team. This is a team
I said it to Shark. I was disappointed this was the first round matchup because both of these teams would give teams fits.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. A lot of people said like he was coming out of Murray State and he was going to be a bust. He was kind of a dribble drive kind of guy. He really evolved his game after his first year. After the bubble season, and actually,
he's just built for the NBA, man. He's just built for. Some guys are just built for the NBA.
That is the built when you take the ball up court, you can dribble and you can just absolutely just devastate. It's Allen Iverson's style ball. That's what it is.
Complete psychopath. I'm waiting to see if they show A-Rod. No A-Rod yet.
A-Rod. Oh my God! If they show A-Rod, I'm switching the channel.
So let's talk about tomorrow's matchup. So we have the Heat against the Hawks. The line is very short on this one, and there's been the trend that's been going around. When the Hawks lose, they always lose the spread. The last 40, 41 games.
Yeah, they're 0-42 against the spread.
Yeah,
after a loss.
So I'm seeing Heat -1. Is this a trap? Absolutely. Yeah, I just shook his head.
Yeah,
I think you see those stats
tomorrow.
And we were talking about this earlier. Once those stats are out into the public, they're trying to trap you into some fucking bullshit.
Well, the Hawks don't lose at home, right? And they're a great home team.
They're better at home. So that's been the story. I think they're going to get
one of these next two. So if they lose tomorrow, you can bet I'm going to back them in game 4 again. Could definitely very well be a gentleman's sweep, as much as it could go back to the Miami 2-2. They're not as good. I think the Heat are a more well-rounded team, but the Hawks are going to get one here. They're going to get hot. They almost came back and won last night. They really had some stupid possessions not being able to get stops on Jimmy. Jimmy Buckets was getting to the hoop and throwing down dunks. But at one point, the Hawks were within 2 or 3 or 4. Bogey had a great night, shot well. Trey didn't actually play all that well. So I think they're going to be fine. You know, if it's game 3 or game 4, I think they're going to get 1, and I think that line is pretty telling.
Well, give us a couple leans for tomorrow, Mr. Odds, and we'll do a little picks and we'll get out of here.
Yeah.
And I know Guns has a play for tomorrow.
I do.
Baseball.
It's not NBA.
And I have a default play for baseball that you can play every single game.
So you kind of gave us. So you have
blind bet the Yankees under. Yankees team total under. They're
Aaron Hicks to not.
Wait, hold on. Are you giving picks now? We're not giving picks now, right?
No, not yet. We gotta
what do you want? Leans for tomorrow? Give me the games and the matchups. So
I want to talk NBA. Are we gonna do capper breakdown now?
Yes, let's do it now.
All right, hold on. We gotta do the sweeper first.
It is time for the Dad Bodds Capper Breakdown.
Oh, yeah.
Dad Bodds Capper Breakdown, sponsored by Viva Tequila Seltzers. Follow them on Twitter at Viva Seltzers. I will pass the puck, the rock, the baseball to Odds Fellow first. What do you think about tomorrow's games? What's the play?
So we already know you like the Hawks.
Yeah, give me the rest of the play. So I probably will be on the Hawks.
I'll give you a pick right now, a live pick for anyone watching.
Now. Let's go. Give a live pick and give another pick.
I don't know the line, but you could bet I'm going to be on the Jazz in the second half.
Yeah,
and I think that's going to be a strong line. And if it's got any lines,
like 12, it'll be like 12 or something.
I know you're saying. No, I was watching the score.
They're down 11 or 12.
Yeah,
I'd love if they cut it
to around 10, but if they kept it
9, 10, 11, 12, I don't mind them being down bigger because I actually think that's better for the second half. But that team might be cooked.
Yeah, I haven't watched any of that game, so I don't know if Dallas is just hitting insane. You know, they're just hot from 3, and that's not sustainable.
One thing I like to do is check the 3-point stats.
Yeah,
See if there's any
outliers in there. But so that's one.
I think Jazz second half
could have some merit. Hawks tomorrow is probably a lean. What are the other 2 games that are on?
We got Milwaukee.
Yeah, let's talk about. Do you want to talk about tomorrow? So we already kind of talked about Heat, Hawks. Let's go Bucks, Bulls. What do you think about that one?
2.5. Milwaukee minus 2.5.
And you keep fading out, by the way, Odds. Keep fading out.
Is that better?
No. All right. So Bucks, I'll say Bucks Bulls, and I'll give my opinion on this one. Listen, the Bucks got embarrassed by the Bulls, and the Bulls are supposed to be this easy rollover into the next round. I think this is a perfect spot to take not the Bucks like full game, but probably take them like first half or first quarter. That's kind of probably the play I'd take. Odds fellow, what do you think about that one?
It's tough, man. I don't have anything official in it right now. That was the other injury I was thinking about, so I'm glad you brought it up, and it jogged my memory. Is Chris Middleton's out for a while.
Ooh, yeah.
So Middleton got hurt.
Yeah, I saw him limp off yesterday with a knee injury. That is big.
Yeah, one of them is 2 to 3 days, and one of them is 2 to 3 weeks. So I can't keep track of Booker.
Okay, so I know for a fact Booker is 2 to 3 weeks.
Then Middleton must be less right now. But
they had an MRI, and it was just like a strain or something, like ACL strain.
But that hurts them, man. I mean, he's good for them defensively. He's one of their best shooters. Before last year when Giannis really got going, he was the guy they would go to in the clutch in the fourth quarter to keep the offense moving. Hey, who do you like tomorrow, Bucks or Bulls?
Bulls.
The Bulls. You heard it there.
You heard it there
Bulls.
first.
Nothing official for me though. That one's tough. I think.
So, what do you like? What do you like for tonight? Do you like Warriors?
I really wanted to take the Nuggets, but I didn't jump on it pregame. I think they're going to get one of these next 2 at home. I just don't know if they have the depth and the speed and the type of lineup that can keep up with the Warriors if the Warriors are at full strength and shooting the ball well. One of these nights,
it's just hard to bet against the Warriors.
Exactly. And one of these nights, you're going to get a shooting, a little bit of regression where maybe not everything is falling for them, but the Nuggets just don't have the squad that can keep up. So it's tough. If anything, my favorite play tonight was probably the under. But again, I could just get nervous about somebody getting going, Jordan Poole going off, Curry going off, Clay going off. It's like
I personally took both unders in the late games. So
yeah.
I think NBA playoff unders early on, at least for the first 3 games.
This one was a good one. And at one point the pace was staying hot, but I think it stayed way under. This game was like 237.
Yes.
Oh God, really?
Yeah. I think the Golden State game was really high.
Under.
Yeah,
it was really high.
Yeah, Denver plays at a slower pace. They play everything through the Joker. So
5-0 Tampa. So your Golden State
Are we
Warriors,
still talking about that game? Because I already cashed that ticket.
Sharpie, that thing. 222 and a half is the Warriors line. Guns, give your play. Let's get off here.
All right, so I'm a first 5, Mr. Worldwide.
I've already given my perpetual Yankees play until they tell me they can.
So the only play I'm going to be taking tomorrow, and this is my top play, is I'm going to take San Francisco first 5 money line, whatever the line is going to be tomorrow. Listen, they're going on the road yet again. They're playing the Nationals, Washington. They are 3-1, first 5 on the road. You have the Washington Nationals 1-5 so far, straight up. First 5 at home. You have Alex Wood, which is absolutely money. He is top 5 last year in 2021 as one of the top first 5 pitchers in the land. And this year he is 2-1 straight up. So whatever the line is, get it early. Take San Francisco money line first 5 as the play.
And they're coming off a tough series against the Mets. They lost 3 out of 4.
Correct. They just lost today.
Yeah.
And the Mets, by the way, are an absolute money train on first 5s. So keep taking them until you lose money. Because I think right now they're 9-1 on first 5s.
That's why I feel about the Yankees unders. I mean, the Yankees are playing well.
They're still. I mean, honestly, it's amazing they have the wins they do. It's all pitching. It's all pitching.
Which I mean. Their lines aren't crazy overvalued. Their lines aren't crazy overvalued either. They haven't had a lot of 5.5, so it's not like Vegas is overly extending on them.
Right.
It's just
but their money lines are still inflated.
Their money lines are inflated. You have to be choosy on those. Correct. But take their team total unders so they win 2 or 3 in a row and they bats get cooking. Until then, you got to ride some of these waves early in the season.
Yeah.
Because the Yankees are still trying to figure it out, which we all know they will. They're too good not
Another wave to ride, I'll just say this on the podcast, is the Padres. Padres is a first 5 wave.
Their starting pitching is so damn good.
Well, you can say that about the Dodgers too, and I don't think they're a first 5 wave. They're they're in the upper half, but it's not quite. It's not.
They're tough too because you get a lot of inflation.
Well, and for everybody listening or watching, be careful. Putting too much stock into these stats the first 12 games. I mean,
no, I'm saying right now. That's it. I'm saying April.
I know. I'm just saying I'm trying to do that as well. Just don't think whatever you see now is what's
especially with the shortened spring training.
Translate.
You have no idea what kind of prep mode these guys are still in.
You don't have no idea what balls they're using.
Yeah. Well, those Manfred will take care of that real quick.
No, as the season goes
he's
on,
in Westchester.
I can treat it by month. I can say overall, week, month, and I break it down as far as I possibly can to eliminate an argument that I have. So
I'm doing team totals for free on Twitter, and I've been pretty damn good with them. And this is the first year I've used last year's data.
Which doesn't work for first 5s.
It doesn't. And I didn't think it worked for team totals, but it's working. Yeah. So I'm sticking with it until I get to a certain amount of time. But all right, give us our promo code, Guns. Let's get out of here.
What was the promo code again?
Well, we'd have a promo code. Just
birthday suit.
Promo code.
Suit.
All right, you want me to give one?
Join.
All right.
Code join.
All right, no. I'm going to give you the promo code right now.
Join.
It's going to be nudes. NOODZ. Nudes as the promo code. That will get you. That will waive the initiation fee from now on to May 1st, and then all you have to do if you join before May 1st is give us a tip. Doesn't have to be much. could be $1.
Just a sprinkle.
It could be $20. It could be a sprinkle. But we want you a part of the community that is positive vibes all the way through every single sports betting season there is. Until next time, that will end it for episode number 80, Dad Bod special. I'm a little buzzed, but I am okay. Until next time, peace.
Later.